All right, well, good morning. It's time to go over the answers to the accelerated motion worksheet that you're supposed to do. So hopefully you've already submitted that. So now we're gonna go over the right answers. The first one, well, all these are gonna utilize this equation where it's force equals mass times acceleration. Force equals mass times acceleration. So the first one says, how much force? Well, already when it says how much, that means that's our x, that's our unknown. So we know we're going to be looking at F as our answer that we want to get. So it says is needed to accelerate, a 1,000 kilogram car. What's 1,000 kilograms? That's a mass. So that's my M. All right. And then it's got to accelerate it to 5 meters per second squared. So that's my acceleration is 5 meters per second squared. So to figure out my force, it's 1,000 times 5. So my force equals 5,000. And what are my units? Well, the units on this, notice nothing cancels out. And everything is different. So we really end up with kilograms, meters per second squared. Well, what is that? Well, it's actually newtons. So it's 5,000 newtons, right? Or 5,000 kilograms, meters per second squared. Okay. So that was answer number 1. All right. So now we'll go to number 2. Cross this off. Number 2, I have a 70 kilogram swimmer. Well, that's my mass. So I got a 70 kilogram swimmer, pushes off a pool wall with a force of 290 newtons. So 290 newtons, right? At what rate will the swimmer accelerate from the wall? So we're trying to find A. So this time my X is over here, my A. So I got to divide both sides by 70 mathematically. All right, so that gives me A equals 290 divided by 70. And if you type that into your calculator on your computer, you're going to get 3.87. And then remember from the last one, it was kilograms, meters per second squared. It's newtons. So my kilograms down here will get rid of the kilograms, and I end up with meters per second squared as my units. So it's 3.87 meters per second squared. All right, on to number 3. Number 3, a weightlifter raises a 200 kilogram barbell. So that's my mass. 200 kilograms with an acceleration of 3 meters per second squared. So that's my acceleration. And they're going to go, how much force? So we want to find out force by F. So we just got to multiply 200 times 3. So that's 600. And then it's kilograms, meters per second squared, or that's 600 newtons. So you had to exert 600 newtons of force in order to lift that barbell. All right, last question. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4. A dancer lifts his partner above his head with an acceleration of 2.3. So acceleration is 2.3 meters per second squared. The dancer exerts a force of 230 newtons. So the force is 230 newtons. And we want to find out what's the mass of the person that was lifted. So that means we got to divide by 2.3. That gets rid of that. We're going to divide by 2.3. All right, so my mass, that's all that's left on this side, equals, if you divide that out, turns out to be 100. So the partner is 100 kilograms is the answer. Whoops, let me read it. There it is. All right, well, that finishes the 4 questions for that worksheet. That was a nice short one to go over. All right, but just remember it's force equals mass times acceleration. That's our equation that we're utilizing. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Have a great day.